What about time series analysis? Right? Does anybody want to propose a time series analysis approach? Maybe. For some of you who have been watching me for a while, and I know there's a lot of regulars in here, haven't we looked at time series before? Didn't I do like a whole tutorial on time series? I even showed you guys a library for it, right? Time series has become very, very easy now. Easy and powerful, right? But what about time series, right? So Leo, to your point, because you're an active student. I know you look at this stuff, right? You know time series. So, maybe you think of it that way, right? Don't necessarily get bogged down in like, stocks and hedging strategies and all this. What do you know? Like, what is the tool in your toolbox, right? Leo just given a great suggestion. Hey, we could do time series. But guys, this is what I mean, right? Just think about your toolbox, right? What have I learned? Is this tool appropriate here? I've shared this before, but on my very first day in my very first course in applied statistics, grad level, I'll just never forget it. The professor said that. She said, hey, look, the whole purpose of this class is I'm going to teach you all these tools, and 90% of what we do is just figuring out what tool fits the problem that's in front of you. And that's what we're doing right now, right? Hey, time series. Time series fits pricing data really well. And there's a ton of historical stock data, right? So Manoj is throwing out forecasting. Yeah, right? Forecasting time series, I know that the academics say that's different, but that's stupid. They're the same, right? Yeah, ARIMA techniques. Okay, see, Osama, if you know ARIMA, then that's what you should be suggesting, right? Hey, Dennis, I bet there's a lot of historical stock data. Why don't we apply some ARIMA techniques to it and see if we can do some forecasting? Like in this type of meeting, that's exactly like the type of discussion we want to throw back and forth, right? So think of it that way, right? Afsal is saying, is this what high frequency traders do? No, that's a whole other discussion. But these types of meetings and ideation and free thinking is what led to high frequency trading, right? Because that's what these funds do. They will sit there and they will talk out like the world's craziest ideas and then say, oh, wait a minute, we can actually build that. So no, this is not what high frequency traders do, but this is the type of discussion where those types of things are figured out, right? So appreciate the question, but I'm going to put that to the side because again, that's not really a data science question. But I'm not trying to teach you guys, financial operations here. We're trying to learn data science operations here, right? Good question. I appreciate the question, but no, it's not. They don't use data science. They're using other approaches. Well, maybe there's some algorithms, but not in the purest sense. Not in the purest sense. They're doing other things. So Osama, scraping and analyzing income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement. Yeah, sure, Osama. I mean, you're talking more about the pipelines there, and that's cool. We'll need that. But let's just get some ideas going, right? Let's just talk ideas. Manoj says, yes, it is. Manoj, I think you're referring to my time series question. So House says, train models using historical financial data to predict whether a stock will outperform the market over a given time frame. Yeah, but give me a model name. What model are you proposing? Like I appreciate the idea, but what model do you actually want to put out there? Because like Osama is actually saying, hey, I want to use an ARIMA approach, and that's like a great answer, right? So yeah, I mean, that's we got to be a little bit more specific here, right? Because remember everybody, at this point, we're not writing a client document. We're not writing a presentation or whatnot. We are like what are the actionable steps that we as scientists are going to take, right? Like we need to start defining and say, all right, you do this, you do this, you do this, right? So, keep that in mind. Okay, so Michael is proposing machine learning for time series like LSTM to predict stock prices, I guess. Okay. Okay. So Michael, I love that you're citing an actual approach. So that's great. So again, this is me giving you pushback, right? Or, pushback to kind of help bring out the rationale, right? Why LSTM? I'm not sure that LSTM neural networks are often used for problems like this. I can think of other things that LSTMs are good for, but not usually this. So Michael, I'm not trying to spotlight you or anything, but sometimes I ask those types of things because what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to figure out is like, are you proposing LSTM because you read a recent paper, there was some research that I'm just not familiar with, or is it something that maybe you just thought of that, but you're open to other neural networks? You know what I mean? That's part of the ideation. That's part of us kicking things back and forth and saying, okay, yeah, Michael, I'm kind of on board with that, but tell me more, right? And I'm really just kind of highlighting this for the benefit of everybody else, because again, these are all very healthy processes for us as scientists to go through, right? Super healthy for us to talk about things like this. All right, so let's take a quick summary here, right? So we've got Manoj with the Manoj, what was it again? Efficient Frontier. So on Manoj with the Efficient Frontier, Monte Carlo based using stock pricings. We got Fatima proposing like an NLP based sentiment analysis and its effect on stock performance, right?